Hi, everybody. So I'm joined here today with Emma, and Emma's a sage on solo, and I make it my business to know as many sages as possible and as many seekers as possible because that's how the ecosystem works. But Emma is someone I didn't know, and here she is on the portal and requested to have a little bit of like promotion. And I was like, great, let's do this. Let's get to know each other. So, Emma, welcome. Thank you so much for taking the initiative. Um,
Thank you for having me.
yeah, and when I was telling Emma, like when I went to go look at her stuff, I have been seeing it come up. She does the most beautiful images of her work. That it's stunning, and your writing is beautiful. And yeah, I'm just such a creature of loving beauty around me. So thank you for contributing your beauty and your
Thank
wisdom
you.
to the portal. So you're based up in Johannesburg,
hmm
and I'd like to know, how did you find the solo community?
So I actually came across the solo community when I was promoting my event I had in March. And I was talking to the venue owner of how do I get this out and about. And solo was one of the platforms that she suggested to look at. And I've been really impressed with it. It's really easy to get yourself up on there. It's really accessible, and I think it just makes life so much easier. And then obviously being on the platform and just I've now got two, as we've said, two more events coming up, and just popping those up on there as well. Yeah, and I just thought I'll reach out and see how do I make the most of the opportunity to get my work in front of more people.
I'm so glad you did, and it's so great to meet you and get to know your work a little bit more intimately. I've done the reading and we've spoken a little bit, but I'd like to for you to share, like, what is it that you do? What is your work? What is your modality?
So I would technically call myself a conscious femininity coach and a shamanic guide. And what that means really is I work with women to help them reconnect to their own inner authority. I think we, especially at the moment with all of the stuff that's in the news, we know that as women, a lot of us have been conditioned to self-abandon, to conditioned to not actually put our needs first. And I know from the clients I coach, they're a middle-aged, similar age to me. There are a lot of women out there who are really frustrated. They want more out of life. They don't quite know how to go about getting it. And that's where I come in with helping them to learn to listen to what's happening internally as a starting point. Because I'll often have people come to me for coaching and they'll say, well, I know I want something else, but I don't know what it is. And we have to go on that journey of self-discovery. So I blend what is a little bit woo-woo, sort of shamanic, energetic work. So I'll do shamanic journey work with my clients with very grounded, practical coaching. One of the things that if people start looking at my work and listening to me speak, I am very passionate about making sure people integrate what comes up in sessions so things actually change. Otherwise, we just do a lot of talking. It's really great. We have all these ideas and then nothing actually shifts. So, if you want to make changes in your life and you are actually wanting to do the inner work, I'm the coach for you. Yeah, I did the Martha Beck Wayfinder Life Coach training 2 years ago. So I know a lot of people will know who Martha Beck is. And I'm also a Heart Math certified practitioner as well, which is a set of nervous system regulation tools at its core. And then I bring the shamanism in. So it's really reconnecting to yourself and learning to listen to yourself and learning to live life on your own terms.
Hmm. Beautiful. Yeah, I love that you have a balance of the esoteric and the groundedness. I think that's
Yeah.
really, really important.
hmm
Yeah. Okay, so you have two events coming up. Can you tell me a little bit about them and what makes one different to the other and what people can expect when they come join your events?
Yeah, 100%. So I've got the Intuition Reset, which is on the 24th of May, and both of the events are at Windrush Studio, which is four-way side of Johannesburg. And the Intuition Reset is really a day-long workshop for women to come and learn to listen to themselves. The conscious femininity, the terminology I use to describe what I do, is a phrase that was coined by a lady called Marion Woodman. And she was a feminist Jungian analyst. And one of the things she said was most women are living from the neck up. And I'm sure you can relate with the work you do as well, Simona, to be very familiar with that. And this is a workshop that will help you start to get in touch with what's happening from the neck down. So you can learn to listen and get a really good gauge of what your internal yes is versus your internal no. I think we've been conditioned out of listening to our own intuition, and it's one of the most powerful skills that we have when we can learn to actually discern it from anxiety and really, really use it as a skill to, again, make good decisions, stop overthinking, and really lessen the self-doubt, which I think a lot of women struggle with. So that's a workshop where we're really going to be going into how do we learn to listen to ourselves, and how do we use that skill to make better decisions going forward. So it will be very practical. There'll be lots of exercises. There'll be a little bit of shamanic journey work because I like to bring that into to all of my workshops. So it's really practical to help you connect to that skill and learn to listen to your body. Weaving a New Way, which is happening on the 11th and 12th of July, is a 2-day workshop which is really based on the Andean medicine wheel. So it's going through a cycle of change. So that's a workshop where I'll help women to understand why they're stuck. So for women who've got something that's happening in life and they're really, really stuck and they know they're stuck, and maybe they've got all of the awareness, but they don't know quite what to do with it, we look at the stories you're telling yourself that keep yourself stuck, the beliefs you hold that maintain that state of stuck, what maybe you'd like instead, and then putting a plan together to make that a reality. So the really important integration piece that I like to bring in. So it's this is quite an intense workshop if you're coming to this. So there's a lot of deep work that happens, but it's a really great workshop to help you interrupt patterns that you might have noticed playing out in your life. And you're like, oh, here I am again with this. I know I do it, but I don't know how to stop it. So this is the workshop to come to if you're ready to make a change and stop the patterns that keep you stuck in a loop that you don't want to be in.
Well, I have someone that I want to recommend this workshop to, but you said intense. So can you speak into a little bit of what you mean by intensity?
Intensity. So what I do in this workshop is everybody's going to be doing a lot of their own self-reflection. So I don't run workshops where you come and listen to me talk. So that's not how I work at all. So if you want to come and listen and be like, oh, that's really great, I enjoyed that, and go home, I am not the person for you.
Not a problem.
So you so you're going to come to the workshop, and it just can be quite challenging because you will be reflecting on what role do you play in maintaining your own stuck? And I think that can be quite a difficult thing to look in the mirror and go, oh, I've actually been maintaining some of this, but it's really empowering at the same time because if you've been doing it, you can change it. So day one is the day that's quite intense because we're doing all of the uncovering of the stuff. Day two is a lot lighter because then we start to have a look. Okay, can we dream and scheme a little bit of where we want to go and what might it look like when we get there? So I've had people come to this workshop, the last one I did, who were really stuck with career things, stuck with direction, and all of them left going, okay, actually, it's not as difficult as I told myself it would be, and I know what my next steps are to take to get some movement happening again.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, I'll definitely be recommending this to one or two people, and it's good to know
Thank
this
you.
detail. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for the work that you're doing and you're contributing and for holding such a strong point in your niche, knowing that it's with women and knowing that it's about change and holding that thing of not just hand holding, but saying like, let's look in the mirror together and make the
Mhm.
changes. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. There's definitely a strength I see in you, and that you support other women to find their strength. And that's amazing.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much for
And
your time.
thank you for the opportunity. It was great chatting to you.